On a quiet street in Aurora, Colorado, in late May 2004, something unspeakable took place. A man named Oakey, Kite, was found brutally beaten and murdered in the basement of his own home, and nearly 20 years later, the case remains unsolved. It is a story of trust turned to betrayal, of a stranger who vanished into the night, and of unanswered questions that refuse to fade. Oakey, Kite Jr., a 53-year-old resident of Aurora, was a reliable man. According to the case file, he failed to show up for work on May 24, 2004, something completely out of character. His co-workers, concerned, contacted his emergency contact, and what should have been a courtesy check led investigators into a chilling scene. The next day, the Aurora Police Department discovered his body in the basement of his residence. He had been beaten, stabbed, and bound. The site of the crime became a puzzle of violence, betrayal, and mystery. From the moment investigators walked into the basement, something felt off. Oakey's cell phone and wallet were missing. His truck was found parked nearby, but used. A suspect drove his vehicle to an ATM, attempting to withdraw money with Oakey's card. Surveillance footage captured a masked man. There were footprints, but they led in and not clearly out. Witnesses later described a tenant who had rented a room from Oakey under the alias Robert Cooper. He gave false information and disappeared after the crime. Genetic genealogy and advanced DNA phenotyping have been used to create composite sketches of this Robert Cooper man: curly dark hair, brown, hazel eyes, fair complexion, possibly with an accent and limp. The suspect remains at large. The rental situation is key. Oakey had apparently rented a portion of his home to a man who listed false credentials, moved in quietly, and behaved suspiciously. This single decision may have cost Oakey his life. Investigators believe the killer planned the attack. He used Oakey's home as a trap. He stayed long enough to take control. He stole personal items and switched vehicles. He evaded capture by blending into the city. The coldness of it leaves a mark. A landlord murdered in his own home by someone he trusted, and the killer still walking free. The investigation remains active. A reward is offered. The suspect's DNA remains in databases. But the killer remains unidentified. Every time a new technology emerges, there is hope. Every time that hope fades, the family is left with questions. Some of the most haunting aspects of the case. Why did Oakey's trusted tenant rent the room? How did the killer evade detection when using Oakey's truck and ATM card? What motive could explain such brutal violence, especially when nothing of significant value was conclusively reported stolen? Did the killer have connections to Eastern Europe or the Balkans, as suggested by DNA phenotyping? Could the killer still be living under an alias, steps ahead of investigators? If you have information, reach out to the Aurora Police Department Detective McDonald at 303-739-6013. A reward of up to $2,000 is offered for tips.